The next section we are going to study is annotations. Annotations is a lot to do with text, dimensions, how we can use that. So let's get started. Text. Let's get started with text. Just insert the text. So another point. This is an array. Here. And double click it to get its properties. Increase the size. And it's too big. 2 is good. Yeah. So that's how you will have a text. That's how simple it is. Over here, as you can see, there is multi-line and single line text. This was a multi-line text, which is the default. I just want to enter a single line text. By the height. Okay. Okay. So then that's how it is. Just a single line. There is, so the single line is the original AutoCAD working. If you go back in history, that's how AutoCAD CAD drawings were mostly having single line details, and this is how it was. So like that's the same concept that is being followed over here in AutoCAD software, especially for the single line. So when you select a start point, that's what you would select on the paper. Then you would select the height, which is exactly what you would select. The scales, as they were physical scales back then, and then you would select just the line, what kind of line you want, how you want the orientation to be. For example, if I don't select this, 1 second, let me go with single line, select point, this, then instead of ortho, if I just put slant, I will write it slant. Having a nice day. So that is exactly how AutoCAD written by hand. It was that's how draftsmen wrote it by hand back then. But then here we have the multi-line, which is very good to utilize, especially for AutoCAD right now. This is a multi-line text. Multi-line. 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 Okay. So again, you can modify the text, the number of lines. Also, for example, if you just still want to make it 2, just click enter, it will just go into another line, which is not happening with this single line. For example, if I want to change it to another line, it's not going to happen because it's a single line text, whereas this is a multi-line text. Then we have the dimensions. Dimensions are very simple, very straightforward. If you want to have certain more dimensions, then this is where it is. You can get aligned dimensions. For example, if you want to know how much it is here, then you can also get to know, for example, more aligned dimensions. Then you can also get to know angular dimensions. So what's the angle of this? At the same time, you can also get to know the arc length. So what's the arc length of this? Then you also have the radius of this. For example, you want to show it here, and then there is the diameter, and you can get it for all kind of objects. A lot of dimensions you can get. For example, what is the ordinates for this one, for example? So this will show the coordinates for the x and y, and then you have so I hope this is very easy to understand. Means it's just dimensions. You are just putting in the dimensions of the drawings. Engineering drawings, all engineering drawings will have dimensions. One thing is just to show that this is this is a super dimension that creates multiple types of dimensions within a single command session. It means, for example, if I want to create a radius, it can do that. It can just like aligned dimensions. It can also give you, for example, straight dimensions. It can also give you so all of this with just one dimension, but this is a more utilizable dimension when it comes to engineering drawings, that you will have it aligned, you will have it angular, arc length, like this. And then there is a ladder which creates multi-ladder object, and you can, it's very simple, it's very easy. Just click this over here. That's it. This is a mouse. One more thing that you can do is to double click it, and you will get options for text, annotation, modifying them. Stick to. Then you also have the option for creating tables, and that really helps to create legends, for example, or to just fill in data, for example, or to have a table which will be filled in manually, for example. So let me just increase the number of rows and columns. Okay, click OK. Now I can add the table, sample table. Okay, the good thing about tables is you can modify them on the go, and again double click any text anytime to just increase its size, modify its details. All you can do over here. Let me just make so, and table, to utilize table is very easy. You can just double click over here, start writing 1 2 3 4. And as you can see over here, you can just select them. You can delete columns, you can delete rows, you can modify the table just like you would modify in Word, for example. You can still do the same over here, and Those are some options. Before I move any further, I would also like to show you certain things, like for example over here you can just select what kind of dimensions you want, what kind of means. You have certain options: manage dimension styles. You can manage the annotations, how you want to manage it. You want it standard or you want it a bit different. This is for, there is no advanced commands as such, because annotation is very small subject. It's basically creating dimensions, creating details, creating this subject. So that's about the annotations.